whatever. Let's talk about our accomplishments. So happy to say I've completed some my contracts, honey, with completion with the education board. That has cleared. I just left a meeting in my grandmother's neighborhood, my dad's neighborhood, mom's neighborhood. Shout out to Mildred Harriet Young. Shout out to Willie Young, my great grandfather. My grandmother Elizabeth Coleman. Hey, Dr. Sanders. So I had the park. I had a meeting about this girl camp that I'm working with. Shout out to Passion Dance Center, who is my official sponsor for my program with fashion technology for young girls in the New Orleans area. And we just got renewed with Girls Who Code. We're able to teach third graders all the way up to college. We will be working with the students in Delgado. So excited. Hey! And, I happen to I had a park at the community center, which my great grandmother had a house on. I have, of course, we do all the ancestry for your stuff for your family. You kind of remember some of these things. And I remember as a little girl driving down. If you don't know the New Orleans area, this is the Seven Waters, this is the St. Bernard area. And so I think my dad said it was. I can't see. I always don't know the name of the streets because the neighborhood has changed. But I think my dad said it was Hamburg Street, right off of St. Denis. So I think St. Denis is. I remember it being Gibson Street. And if you know, you know. My grandfather had a laundromat. He had a laundromat. I had a store. And I said, I'm going to go park in front of my grandfather's church. So I was at John number 5, honey. I had VIP parking. So I just surprised my aunt and my dad. And I sent them a message. I said, I made grandma proud this morning because all the stuff I had to have for education, working within the education system, you have a lot of training. And so I looked to, my partner in crime, Tamika, and I was like, girl, you ain't hear about that because I got all these credentials. I was like, I'm tired, and I'm ordering me, y'all, a headset for camp. And my sister had it, and it's going to be a microphone. It's going to be pink. It's going to have pearls on it. But I'm not playing with these kids. They have no idea. They have no idea we're going to have fun, but Miss Coleman's not playing. So she was laughing because these little young girls, they don't want to go through training. Miss Coleman, I have to go. I got to go. It's graduation season, whatever. I told them, I said, y'all enjoy. Y'all enjoy. Camp starts June 1st. So if you guys are interested in doing the digital camp, now this camp is with the community. It's already got its participants. But if you're in the New Orleans area and you want to learn about fashion technology, we and Tam are working on something separate, which is open to everybody virtually on Discord. We have our own Discord channel. And I'm going to be honoring my students. They're going to get their certificates from Girls Who Code this month. Well, really probably June 1st because I have to go to all these meetings. But I want to give you guys an update. Things are coming to an end, but things are coming to a begin. So you're going to see a lot of content with me, kind of just like working with the kids. I have to come up with some art curriculum. I don't watch cartoons, even though I have a nephew that's 3. So I have to go watch Zootopia. Okay, that's my homework. And I'm doing something with art. So we'll do a little art therapy. It's so fun. I had applied for art therapy job and I didn't get it. It's all good. Now I do my own curriculum, so now I get to be creative. So my mission and my goal today is to let you guys know when those doors close or when those opportunities are not for you, just know that the divine, God, spirit, whatever you believe in, has something destined for you. I would never think I would be in my grandmother who raised me, Mildred Young's neighborhood, talking to kids in her community centuries later when I was a little girl sitting on the porch on Drummondville Street, with my ancestors who are now all going home, bro. It's crazy. You go back to the neighborhood and all of my family that live in the neighborhood are deceased. They moved away and they're not there. But for some reason, I felt not alone at all. I was like, and that was funny because I make jokes. I'm like, girl, I got VIP parking in front of the church, honey. I know cousin Bruce is not gonna tow my car. But those moments for me is way more rewarding than any of these letters, accolades. Like to have the credentials with my ancestors and doing the work that I never thought I would ever get to do. And Tamika, she always would tell me, we went to high school together too, and we're neighbors. And she was like, son, you always be good with girls. And I'm like, girl, I'm done with kids, and here I am. Here I am in the neighborhood, child. So just want to remind you guys to stay uplifted. It's been a very rough year for me in education. All the things they told me, no, 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 and all the things that is saying yes. So if you guys are interested in learning about fashion technology, I've worked on a couple of partnerships that, because my group is so small, we reached out to Raspberry AI, which is amazing. And they weren't able to grant us, because you need so many seats. But that's not to say that Ms. Coleman can't get sponsored and be able to use it. So if you're interested in using a different fashionwear software, let me know, because I have a mentor. And what happens is my business allows me to help other children in the community be more specific of their goals. And I want to say that even though you living in New Orleans and you think, Lord, it's not like a big city, but to have the access and knowledge of, you can go anywhere in this world. You don't have to worry about going up the street being cool. You can do anything in this world. So when people laugh at me and they say, Sasha, you got friends all over the world. First of all, my name is Indian. Second of all, I always loved, the first access I had to being international was my grandmother used to watch cooking shows. The neighborhood I was in, my grandmother Mill, Grandma Mill would watch cooking shows with me. She would make me watch cooking shows all over the world. And there was an Asian guy, there was an Indian guy, there was Walter, there wasn't Martha Stewart, there was an Italian woman. And that was my first viewage of seeing travel, besides my mom being a New Yorker, my dad just being ambitious, like just having that in my repertoire. But sitting with my grandmother, and in third grade is a very significant grade for me, because that's when I lost my grandmother. My father was injured severely, could have died. 1993 was horrible for me. But if I was a third grader back in those days, and if I could have learned code, that would have been awesome. So I think about the third grade is very important to me. So I worked really hard to get that license. So me and Tam, we're gonna do something really cool with the students. We're gonna talk about writing and public speaking and poise and presence and decorum. We're gonna have these little students, these little we start from 5 at this camp to 12. And honey, I didn't taught mile in school, so they're gonna get a little bit of everything. But my goal is to give them the confidence, to have fun, to be more assuring. And this school year, I had one child that would start off drinking Red Bull at school, just not compliant with life. Just didn't know what was up from down. Now she got a cute little braids in her hair. She gave me a little hug. She drinking tea. She's in a book club. She want to learn Italian. That made my year. So I see why these teachers are so passionate about their students excelling and exceeding. And if you haven't seen my post, I haven't really posted on here, but I did go to the visual merchandising conference by Shop at Marketplace. They're with the International Retail Design. And it's so crazy. Like, I've gotten reposts and shout out. I was like, girl, I was just a girl stocking shelves. And now I'm all over these people's websites. I was like, Mama, I did it. Like, people don't even know what that is around here. They're like, girl, what that is, a Gumbo Fest? No, ain't no damn Gumbo Fest. It is something, if you're a creative visual merchandiser, brand development. Like the people who build the fixtures for Barnes and Nobles, literally, I was sitting at their booth, girl. I'm just up there. They opened up the bar for me, honey. They was like, it ain't open yet, but it's open. I'm like, can I get a sparkling water, please? Once you work for an alcohol company for 3 years, you're like, no, I want sparkling water, please, with a lime. And that's okay. And showing these girls that you can still be professional by making boundaries and rules. As a professional, you're going to learn your way. And I see why Tam want me there. Love her to death. And I'm just glad that I'm walking this way with her, because she always saw it in me. And sometimes you don't see things in yourself. So I'm going to do a little bit of research. I'm still not finished for my day, but my godson has graduated high school. I helped raise him. He's 18 now. I got my nephew. I think I'm doing a good job at helping some of these kids learn something. And I really appreciate the director talking about the camp, because she's very old school, and that's how I was raised. Like, when they come to camp, the kids going to be kids. And I love that, because I love being just a kid. And that's how me and Tam, my executive director, that's how we were raised. So they're going to be great content of me with my headset on, honey, getting things together, but also helping children online learn about fashion, technology, and code. If you guys are interested in donating, you can go to learnwithlourdes.com. So that's learnlourdes.com, Learn with Lourdes. And you can donate to me and Tam's mission. Her is on there. She has Passion Dance Center. If you guys don't know, she is killing it. She's also a Big Frida's choreographer. She's my sister. I'm her big sister because I'm older than her. But she's my sister in smoothies, because now we drink smoothies. And her foundation, her nonprofit is what kept me open, because this the school that I worked at closed. She she had my back. And so now I have hers. And so now we're just helping all the kids in the city, and it feels great. So shout out to my grandmothers and all the other honorary women that let me sit on their porch, honey. All right, I'm out. Peace.